Hey, what's up you again guys? This is Paul from Maharlikans Code. I'm a web developer, programmer by profession. I'm from the Philippines but working here in Singapore as a software engineer. And today I will walk through with you guys on how to delete files based on the modified date and time in pure Go. So early on we have discussions about deleting the entire directory in Go. One is we implemented in our previous discussions that we can delete the entire folder or directory with the exception with ignores whatever that we can delete from this folder, but we have some ignored based on our config.yaml file configurations there. So whatever that we ignore, the JPEG file or any certain folder within the parent folder, and then there are lots of subfolders are there. So if we want to ignore some certain subfolders, then we can specify the folder name in our config.yaml file under the ignore configurable variable. And then so I will walk through with you guys. This is also very important because this type of deletion, again without the confirmation, and again because this one is very helpful and useful. It depends on how we use this delete command that we are about to make this tutorial. This one is very useful also in logging some files, but logging that we have multiple logs in our server or temporary, especially the logs. If you have IIS servers or whatever server, then and there is a logs, temporary logs, but we need to keep certain range or certain number of days based on the modified files that we are about to delete. So for example, you want to keep 30 days, so based on the current date, and then it will count with how many days, like you input from our config.yaml file. Like for example, 7 days, you want to keep 7 days retention logs, then we can do that in our config.yaml file or YAML file. So this is very important in logging, but we need to keep certain days or latest days, then we can keep. So I will walk through with you guys with regarding this tutorial series, and let's dive into it. So stay tuned. Welcome back guys to our channel here, tutorial series regarding the delete. We need to delete the configuration files or something, any files or temporary files that are very useful for you to automate. We can delete that using this new command that we are about to create. As usual guys, this one we need to create a new command here. This command will be called delmd. So to follow our naming convention, so meaning to delete modified files, and then I cut short the time, and then I pasted this because this one is all usually to create. Usually we are doing this every time we create a new command, a cobra command here in Go Copy series. So as usual, all these things guys, and I fill up for you to capture our time. And then we have one argument only because this one is we need only the source directory or source folder, the complete or absolute what they call the path of each files that we want to take care to delete, so that to delete automatically for us, so that it will and then delete but without throwing to the empty, or without throwing to the recycle bin rather. And then because this one is very useful when if you are a system administrator or a developer or whatever, we have certain logs. We cannot avoid logs in our servers, like for example in the IIS or in the Linux Ubuntu there or something, we can delete most of the logs that we don't want to keep. So for example, and then we only keep or retain the latest, for example, 7 days from the current date. 7 days, we keep these latest 7 days based on the modified files, based on the files modified date and time. So right now I pasted this new code, and then start deleting files as usual, this block, and then we log in into our ITR log with the source and then the log time. And then there as usual, our favorite copy package that we written here in Maharlikans code. So right now we use this function delete files with retention. As you can see, when we go to the definition there, we require source modified days in integer value, and then the log copied file as usual. If we really need to log, this is true false value is a boolean value, and then the ignored files that we want to delete, that we want to we want to ignore or keep these files. And then we calculate something here based on the day's start time and then the end time. So we calculated based on the Unix date time format in Go. These are all pure Go or built-in Go functions there. And then the famous Go's filepath.walk. That means when you have the source directory, Go itself will scan all the files and contents inside, including the subfolders in it. It will really scan everything there. But this one really fast. This one really fast, guys. No worries about this, because Go itself is a very powerful language when in dealing with the server or low-level OS. When you read any OS level OS level functions, this is very fast one. So no need for us to worry about a lot of things here. And then later on we can just review the codes here. So basically we need to do all these modified time based on each files that the Go filepath.walk walk through with this. And then we are ignoring few files, and then we need to check based on the modified files here. These are all the scanned files, and then we loop through all the modified time. So that's all for today. These sections here, guys. So later on we will have a deep dive on the copy package later on. So you can just reuse this copy package. You can just go ahead in github.com/itrepublic and then copy package. You can see all my packages there. And then right now we need to have these variables here. As usual, we need to put something in the config.yaml file. Similar with the copy.md, we need the ignore, log, and then the range configurable variables, so that the system administrator or users of this program, they can reuse, they can just fill in all these variables there that our program requires. Okay guys, so I captured again our time, and then I copy this as usual. You will know already how to read the configuration files here. And then I created this delmd here, these configurable variables. There is a ignore or whatever you want to put here, like a zip or something. You can just separate it with comma, and then log through and keep. This is the keep here instead of range last time from a copy.md command. Right now we need to use another variable called the keep. Same rules with the range there, but we need to separate it with another one to make it so that the other people can understand more to keep files, or it's up to you guys, you can just rename this, but for the sake of simplicity we just rename it to keep. So at least for now we need to keep at least 1 or 7 days, for example. Then the user can configure here, and then after this head over, I created this new struct containing this ignore, log, and then keep variable here. And then this one I created also the config delmd. This struct will be stored in an array, and then in an array. And then after this I created again the delmd ignore array of strings, and then the delmd as a boolean default to false value, and then delmd keep, which is an integer value with the default value of 0. And then head over again to this load by per config functions that we have created early on, and then scroll over below at the bottom here. Then I created this block of code. This is as usual, you know how to unmarshal the standard Viper unmarshal key. This is the unmarshal function key, that unmarshal key function that we are always using to read the config variables from the config.yaml file or tom file or whatever, JSON or something. We always use this unmarshal key, and then you locate the the layers there, and then you reach to the delmd specific configurable variable, and then we store here. And as usual, we keep we need to have some validation. We accept only this integer value. If the user enters the at least negative values, then we warn them that this one is, we need at least a positive integer number. So these are all the logs here, all the variables. Then we store all the information from this config.yaml file to these 3 variables here. So the ignore and the log and the keep. And then right now we don't have the errors from this block, from this command delmd.go. And then we are ready to build this our program. Go build. And then let's see. As you can see, we don't see the thing yet. And then we build our application already. And then we want to refresh it. Go copy. And then as you can see, the delmd is there, the delete files without confirmation from the specific directory with retentions option. So this is our description for this delmd command, guys, that we have just created. Right now we need to test this. Okay, we want to test this, guys, this delmd command. Right now I have these files, temporary files, for the sake of testing this new command in the directory of cb. I have a latest as of today is 24. So there is a latest files. Today is 24th of September, and then I have also 21st of September, and then the rest are old files like 1st of June, all in 2020. So right now, based on our configurations, guys, based on our, we can ignore also here, but right now we don't ignore yet. We just put empty, and then I keep 7 days. So based on our files here, current date to 7 days, then you cannot find any other 7 days except for this 21. And then 1st of June should be deleted. It must be deleted because we only keep 7 days. As you can see, guys, we try this new command, go copy delmd. You need to be very careful about these, guys. Okay, so right now we need to keep the latest 7 days. and then delmd, then C, then B. Need to be very careful, guys. Right now we should keep only 2 files, which is the latest notes and then the AAA.txt file. So I'll press enter. So we ignored. So this is okay, guys. Now it's working. This one is really working. As you can see, it deleted the older files. Only retains 2, which is the latest notes and all these text files, which the modified date was 1 is today, and then the 21st of September. So it's working, guys. So we can just play around also. I want to put it back. Let's see, we can try. No. Hold on. Just remove this view. I need to copy again just to test. I need to copy view here. Okay. And then B. We need to try ignore few of the files, the JPEG or what else. So what else, guys? HTML or XML also can. Also .xml. Okay, so we try this. Let's see what will happen, guys. So again, it's a 7 days or what do you call it? Still 7 days range. Need to load again. Press enter. Yeah, it's working, guys. So we retain the XML, although it's older files, but we retain all the XML file format, and then the file extension XML, and then the JPEG also. So we keep all these. So our ignored section, our configurable, which is the ignored configurable variable, also is working. So right now also our log is working. So we keep all this information. Also our ITR log has been useful also. It's very useful because we all have these logs here. So all these things we can keep. As you can see, there is a date and time also. So this is very useful, guys, but you need to be very careful about this, because any files will be deleted without a warning, without putting in the recycle bin of your computer. So that's all for today, guys, and I hope you learn a lot here in Maharlikans code, and then see you in my next tutorial series. Okay, that's all for today, guys, and I hope you enjoy our tutorial series and you learn a lot here in Maharlikans code. And I hope I can impart with you my experience as a software developer, software engineer, programmer here in Singapore. And I hope you get something from my experience, and then you can apply it to your own, or whatever you want to share also to your friends. If you like this video, kindly subscribe, or please consider subscribing my channel, Maharlikans Code, so that you will receive many videos like this, and then I will notify you whenever there is a new uploads regarding the tutorial series here in Maharlikans Code. See you in my next episode series here in Maharlikans Code. May God bless us all. Thank you, and bye bye.